Hello children, in this session let's revise chapter 12 friction, and in this session we will revise all the possible 1 mark and 2 mark questions from this chapter. Let's start. First, what is friction or define friction? The force which exerted or which opposes the motion of a body is called as friction, or you can write friction is a force which resists the motion of a body while moving on a surface. What is meant by sliding friction? The friction which exerts or which cause when one surface is sliding over the other. Or the same question, when does sliding friction come into play? When one surface is sliding over the other, sliding friction comes into play. When does static friction come into play? Static friction comes into play when the object is at rest, when it is not moving. Got it? Or the static friction comes into play to counter the balance of the applied force on the body. Next, what are lubricants? The substances which reduce friction are called lubricants. The same may come in fill in the blanks. The substances which reduce friction are called dash. You can choose the option lubricants. Next, what is rolling friction? The friction caused due to the when one body rolls over the surface of another body to oppose its motion is called as rolling friction. Or what are fluid and what are fluids? The substances which flows, that is both gases and liquids flow. So fluid is a common name for both liquids as well as gases. Next, do fluid exert friction? Yes, fluid exert friction. Fluid, it includes both liquids and gases. So both liquids and gases exert exert friction. Next, what is meant by air resistance? That is friction exerted by air, isn't it? When it what is meant by air resistance? There is a friction between a moving object and the air through which it moves is known as air resistance. That is, when the object moves in air, the friction exerted between the moving object and the air through which it moves is known as air resistance. What is meant by drag? Drag is nothing but fluid friction. Fluid friction is also known as drag, isn't it? So what is drag? The frictional force exerted by fluids is known as drag. So what is drag? The frictional force exerted by fluid is known as drag. So they fill in the blanks. The frictional force exerted by fluid is known as dash drag. Is friction a contact or non-contact force? Friction always when two objects, when it is come in contact with each other, isn't it? So obviously friction is a type of contact force. Is a friction contact or non-contact force? Friction is a contact force. Why is it difficult to walk on ice? It is difficult to walk on ice because the friction between the feet and the ice is less. That is, there will be less friction between the feet and ice. So it is difficult to walk on ice. When a boat is moving in the river, does the water offer force of friction to its movement? Just now we have seen fluid, it exerts friction, isn't it? Water is a fluid. Water liquid, no? So it is a fluid. So we can tell, yes, the water opposes the movement of the boat. Next, when you are writing, disc is tilted a little. A book kept on it starts sliding down. But a desk, when it is tilted slightly, and if you keep a book, what happens? It slides down. It is sliding down. And now mention the direction of frictional force acting on it. So as we know that frictional force always acting in an opposite direction of a motion of an object. Here object is a book. It moves downward, sliding down. So what is the for direction of a frictional force? Moves upward, opposite to that of motion of an object, isn't it? So may the frictional force act in the upward direction. In this situation, the frictional force act in the upward direction. Next, you spill bucket of soapy water on the marble floor accidentally. Would it make easier or more difficult for you to walk on the floor? Why? When the soapy water is spilled on the floor, marble floor. So it would be very difficult for us to walk on the floor, because when we walk on the soapy floor, there will be very less friction between the floor and our feet. So it becomes difficult to walk. Now next question, put a tick mark. We have to choose a correct option. When one object moves over the surface of other object. When one object moves over the surface of other object, what happens? There will be, when in come in contact, moves over the surface means they both are come in contact with each other. So there will be a frictional force which opposes the, which acts in the opposite direction, isn't it? So now let us see the option. Surface of only lower object exerts frictional force on the upper object. Second option, surface of the upper object exerts frictional force on the lower object. Surface of both the object exerts force on each other. Next, last one, surface of both the object exert force in a direction opposite to each other. So the fourth option is a correct answer. The surface of the object, both the object exert force in the direction opposite to each other. Now next question, activity. 4 small children have got similar toy cars, and they run the car on the dry marble floor, wet marble floor, newspaper and towel simultaneously. The force of friction between the car and the different surfaces in the increasing order will be. So first we have to decide which where the friction will be very less. So we have to write in the increasing order. Less friction, then at the last is a greater, more friction, isn't it? So if you see among this, wet marble floor have very less friction than then dry marble floor. Then newspaper, it has more friction than dry marble floor. Towel, it has more. So it is, the first option is correct. Wet marble floor, dry marble floor, newspaper and towel. It is in the order of increasing order of friction. Next, explain why sportsmen use shoes with spikes. So spikes, it increases the friction, isn't it? So sportsmen, men use shoes with spikes to increase the friction so that they can run faster. Next, explain why sliding friction is less than static friction. So when sliding friction is less than static friction, because it comes into play once the body has started sliding. So when what is sliding friction? Sliding friction is a friction when it exerts, when it exists, when one body started sliding over the other body. So to make the slide, body to slide, more forces required. The force is required to overcome the irregularities of the surface of the body. Next, explain why objects move in fluids must have special shapes. As we know that fluids exerts frictional force, isn't it, on the body which moves through them. Therefore, the shape of the body is streamlined to overcome the frictional force of fluids so that they can move smoothly through them. Got it? So why it is streamlined? The special special shapes they have. See the body, when fluid includes both liquid as well as gases. Air, birds, they fly in air. Air is a gas, so they have streamlined body. Fish, which moves in water. Water is also a fluid. They also have streamlined body, isn't it? So why they do have special shapes? Because The streamlined body is used to overcome the frictional force exerted by a liquid so that they can move smoothly through them. Next question, why does the force of friction exist? Force of friction exists, or when it how it is caused? It is caused by the irregularities between the two surfaces which are in contact with each other. And what do you mean by irregularities? Both the surfaces have ridges and grooves, isn't it? So friction, when they interlock with each other, frictional forces caused. So frictional forces caused by irregularities on the two surfaces of object which are in contact with each other. Can we have the surfaces with zero friction? If no friction is there, no object can move on the floor, isn't it? Or so there will not be any zero friction. The friction can be very less in some surfaces, but it can never be zero. So we don't have zero friction at all. Which surfaces have more friction, rough or smooth? Why? Rough surfaces have more friction because they have more number of or large number of irregularities, isn't it? Rough surfaces have more friction because they have more irregularities than the smooth surfaces. Next question, why is it possible to write on rough blackboard with chalk? Rough blackboard, it is mentioned clearly, rough blackboard, rough surface. Rough surface means it creates more friction. When friction is more, then only the fine particle of chalk pieces get stuck to the irregularities of the rough blackboard and making the writing visible. Got it? So the chalk, when we write, what happens? The chalk is rubbed against the rough surface of the blackboard. So that in this process, what happens? The soft chalk particles get stuck to the irregularities of rough blackboard and making the writing visible. Next, a ball is set rolling on the ground. Will it stop by itself? Why? Yes, the ball, when you roll the ball on the ground, after some time we can see it stops because when it rolls over on the floor, there will be a contact between the surface of the ball and the floor, which creates friction. Friction always, it opposes the motion of a moving object. Because of that, it comes to stop. So the ball will stop after some time because the force of friction which acts in the opposite direction of the motion of a ball, which makes the ball to stop. Next, why do the soles of shoes wear out? Sole of the shoes wear out due to friction between the sole of the shoe and the ground. So there will be a constant contact, constant friction will be there, isn't it, when we walk? So because of constant friction, the sole of the shoes get wear out due to friction between the sole and the ground. Next, why are the soles of the shoes grooved? Soles of the shoes are grooved. So when it is grooved, it makes the surface rough, isn't it? It's a rough surface. It used to increase the friction. Soles of shoes are grooved so as to provide better grip between the shoes and the ground. So you can write soles of shoes are grooved to increase the friction so that we get better grip so that we can walk comfortably. Next question, give 2 examples where rolling friction is utilized. This rolling friction is utilized. You can write your own examples. For example, the rolling friction is utilized in ball bearings between the hub and the axle of a ceiling fan and the bicycle, where rolling friction is utilized. What is function of ridges on your palm and bottom of your feet? So you can see that rough ridges like lines on your palm and as well as on your feet, because the ridges, always ridges and grooves, what happens? It increases the friction, isn't it? So the function of ridges is to increase the friction so that you can hold things come properly. And if you want to walk on the floor in bare feet, so that you can get a grip or get a proper friction so that you can walk comfortably. So the function of ridges on our palms and feet is to increase the friction. Name the two factors on which magnitude of frictional force depend upon. Magnitude, quantity. When we have to tell two factors by which the quantity of friction will get increased. So always the nature of the surface in contact with each other. If the surface of the object, if it is rough, more the friction, isn't it? If the surface is smooth, it creates less friction. So first factor is nature of the surface which are in contact with each other, and then weight of the body. Weight more heavier, it creates more friction. The more contact between the object and the floor, isn't it? So the two factors by which the magnitude of frictional force depends upon is the weight of the body and the nature of the surface. Nature of the surface in the sense whether it is rough or smooth. Next, give two methods by which friction is reduced in wheels of the car. Friction is reduced in wheels of the car. So the wheels of the car, if wheels, when the friction, if it is reduced, then only it can roll over so that it can move properly, isn't it? So the wheels of the car is provided with ball bearing along with, as already we have seen, along with the hub and the axle, so that to reduce friction. As well as the tubes and tires are inflated. What do you mean by inflated? Filled with air. So if it is filled with air, then only friction will be reduced so that it can move, it can roll over. When it rolls, then only it can move, isn't it? Once if the tire gets punctured, means all the air, if it goes off, then car or vehicle cannot move. So because it creates more friction. When the puncture tire, if you see, it come in contact with the floor, isn't it? So the tube and tires are inflated. Inflated means filled with air so that it reduces friction. Got children? So the wheels of the car are provided with ball bearing so that it reduces friction, as well as the tube and tires are inflated to reduce friction. Got it? On the other hand, the tubes and tires, if it is screwed, means it increases the friction. If it is increased, then only you can get a proper grip. That is, got children? So tires and tubes are inflated, means it is filled with air so that to reduce friction, so that the wheels can roll. When it rolls properly, then only vehicle can move easily.